Hello, everyone. Good evening or good afternoon. Now, since it's just 3 o'clock and it's 3 we're starting today, I I hope we have been enjoying our Sunday. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for your comments. For those of us that have joined early, thank you for being prompt. It is appreciated. And I hope that we still remember some of the things we learned from yesterday and, of course, the day before. We started with the class on temperament, and then we transited to the class on self mindset mastery. And today we'll be talking core leadership stuff. And I hope you're all excited, ready with your pen like I have here, and your paper as well, ready to learn. So today is going to take a new wave, and straight away, without much ado, we'll be taking our Impact Your World anthem, and then we'll go to the business of the day. Over to you, our IT officer, Mr. Precious. Okay, I hope you all can hear me. Thank you. We just took the Impact Your World anthem, and I hope you all can hear me at the moment. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Good, good, thank you. So you all are welcome. As you know the rules, the first thing we need to do today is to have our names properly mentioned on the group. So if you have not done that, you want to do that quickly. I want to know who is up at any time. So I can see Jacob Abiodun Futa. I can see Olga Innocent Unical. I can see Ade Oyin Cornelius OU. I can see Oluwasegun and the rest, Ajayi and all that. So good stuff, guys. We have been complying with the name tag, but please, in case you have not, and I'll still do my due diligence to be sure that we are properly, we align with the rules to put our name up. And as you know as well, if you have to put up your video, make sure you're properly dressed and you're not doing anything other than listening to the class. As we noticed, some of us do other things and then have our videos on. So if you have your video on, make sure it is that you're actually listening in and taking notes and doing the right thing on your video. So please let us take note of that. Also, if the sessions, when the session starts, only chats that are relevant. Remember, only chats that are relevant. Maybe the speaker needs to get feedback on a certain question and it requires it to do some chats. It is then appropriate to do so. But please do not send chats during classes. Please, I want to re-emphasize, do not send chats during classes when you are not asked to, so it doesn't distract your colleagues, okay? Also, the fact that I noticed that currently we have, I know there are people in the other room, but we have about 66 people. That is not representative of everybody. And I hope everyone knows they are supposed to join at 3 o'clock. Venture they don't, please do reminders on your group and ask them to join. If you have any of your team members that you notice is not here, please do them a chat and have them join straight away so they don't miss today's classes. Is that okay? And I noticed that the forms, please confirm to me that you all saw the forms on your group, the feedback forms from Mrs. Christine Bayakosi's class and Mrs. Ifio Luku's class. Okay, some people said they did. Thank you. So if you got the form, have we all filled out the form? It's a Google form, just for you to quickly, within 2 to 3 minutes, thereabout, it should be done, okay, with filling it. Thank you for those who have filled it. But if you are listening to me at the moment and you have not, please, I implore you to do so after the class today. And I would also like to mention that of over 110 people or so that were in the class yesterday, only about, say, 48 did for the Friday class, and then about 59 for yesterday's class. So that's still not representative enough. We need everybody who attended the class to give us feedback. It is those feedbacks that help us improve what we get across to you. We want to improve the process of passing information to you, of teaching, of learning, and all of the things we are doing. We want to be sure what we are doing right and the things we need to improve on. And if you don't give us those feedback, we can't know what we are doing well, and we can't know what we need to improve on. So your objective feedback is important for us. So please help us so we can help you. So it's a win-win. Do we understand? So please, if you have not filled it, do so at the end of today's class. So at the end of today's class also, another set of forms, or the form for the speaker will also be sent out. Let us fill them as well. I think that'll be about it, but I just also want to quickly appreciate again our staff advisors who are here, and they always stay through the class. We appreciate your tenacity. You do not have to be here, but you chose to be here. And that tells us that at the Impact Your World family of the team, that you are committed to this vision. And we do appreciate you for that. Thank you so very much, all our staff advisor. We love you very much. Now we'll be playing a short video. So I want us to please listen and watch. These videos help us inspire us, as we have seen in previous class. So I please want us to listen and watch the video for another 3 minutes thereabouts. So our IT officer can go ahead, Mr. Precious, and play the video.
Three things that describe me as a leader: passionate, committed, and honest.
As a leader, I'm engaging.
As a leader, I think I'm brave.
I'm compassionate.
I'm decisive.
Approachable. Persistent.
A motivator.
Encourager.
Facilitator.
I'm involved.
I'm engaged.
Passionate. Sensitive.
Ready to take charge.
Committed.
Real. I am strong as a polar bear and vulnerable as a butterfly.
And a follower. I believe all great leaders are great followers.
I'm a leader because I never give up.
Because I turn ideas into action.
Because I want to bring the message back and give them the skills I have in order to make this change together.
I'm Håkon. I'm the Prince of Norway. My organization is Global Dignity. I think all people are leaders on different levels, and all people have this tremendous capacity to create a better world.
My name is Ed. I am Program Officer at the International Treatment Preparedness Coalition. I'm a leader because I want to make change.
I am Mette-Marit, Crown Princess of Norway. I'm a leader because I have a dream.
My name is Himakshi Piplani. I'm from Wake Up Pune campaign, India. I'm a leader because I hate sitting around and waiting for things to happen. So I just get up and do it.
I'm the Norwegian AIDS ambassador, Sigrun Møgedal. I'm a leader because that's where I can make a difference.
I am Dr. Jacob Gale, Deputy Vice President of the Ford Foundation. I dare to speak about things that many other people will never let come out of their mouths.
I am Louise Binder, and I am the chair of the Canadian Treatment Action Council.
I'm Li Pingmian, the youth campaign coordinator from the World AIDS campaign.
As a young leader, I'm challenged by time, sometimes frustration, but also a huge sense of urgency.
As a young leader, I'm challenged by people not understanding how, no matter what they want to do, no matter what skills they have, they can contribute to our fight.
I'm challenged by negative judgment and misconceptions.
But also I'm challenged by failures because I want to learn the lesson so that I don't go there.
I support young leaders because they have so much to bring to the table: fresh energy, good ideas, and they don't see all the problems and the obstacles, they just go for it.
The leaders before me have given me a lot of inspiration to believe that the world is not all rosy and it's filled with problems, that every day comes with another challenge that you need to live to fight.
I support young leaders because they are the people who will help to shape the world that we would like to live in.
I support young leaders because they are our future.
The leaders before me have given me strength, inspiration, and a lot of advice.
I committed to struggling for our human dignity and for our right to make choices and be ourselves.
To world change, but positive change.
To live and love and get things better.
To the fight against stigma and discrimination.
To empowerment.
To achieving something sustainable in the world.
To create a change.
And I'm committed to making HIV history.
I am committed to making this world a better place, and to showing other people how they can also do so, and having an amazing time doing it.
I'm Australian.
A New Zealander.
Canadian. Chinese.
I'm Ghanaian.
I'm from Malawi.
From Sierra Leone.
I'm from Madagascar. I'm from South Africa.
Japan.
Thailand. From the United States.
Denmark.
From Mexico.
Lebanon.
Turkmenistan.
India.
From Benin.
I'm from Kenya.
And I'm from Brazil.
I've impacted my community by giving a voice to people born with HIV who did not have a voice before I spoke.
Showing the face of women with HIV. They must stand up and speak out for their rights.
I have impacted my community by being a youth advocate for my fellow young people who think that all hope is lost. And I have contributed so much in their lives. I've impacted my community by pledging my life.
My dream is to secure youth leadership in the AIDS response.
I dream of a world in which we're not labelled by who we are, but are celebrated for what we are.
I hope and dream that all the work that my generation is doing and the generations before me will pay off. Where we can all walk safely and free on the streets, being ourselves.
A world without homophobia.
That in 30 years we will be living in a world without HIV.
That one day, the young people will stand together and make a significant change in the world.
That all of us will find that strength in ourselves to stand up and change things when we see them not working.
I believe that change is only possible if we can imagine it to be.
I believe that this world will not be the same if every single young person has the responsibility to be part of the change.
I believe that the AIDS epidemic needs to be led by young, positive people who know firsthand what it's like to live with HIV.
I believe that nothing is impossible.
I believe in equality for all people.
I believe young people are capable and they could change the world.
I believe in the power of people.
I believe in the capacity of every single person to make an impact on the world in a very positive way.
I believe that the future is now, that tomorrow is today.
I believe I can fly, baby. You know, I believe I can fly, and I want to take as many people as possible.
Okay, guys, good to be back. And I'm sure I've been seeing some of the comments that the video has inspired us. As you see in that video, it's just young people like you who are trying to make a difference and make the world a better place and defining what leadership means to them and how they are going about their leadership journey. And we hope that this will stir something inside of you to actually push yourself and break limits to say, regardless of the odds in my society, regardless of my background, regardless of the resources I think I don't have, I'm going to lead all the same. I'm going to put in all of my energy. I'm going to keep influencing people to a positive change. So that's what that video is about. And I'm glad that a lot of you find it quite inspiring. So quickly, we'll be moving on now to our class session and be introducing our speaker who is ready to hit the ground run. But before I bring him up, I will just do a quick intro and read his profile. And I would like us to listen to his profile because it's quite rich and something can inspire you while you hear me read out his profile. So today, to take us on the leader within you is Engineer Engr Sola Aina. He's a mining engineer by profession. He has 30 years in the oil and gas industry. He's a graduate of Federal University of Technology, Akure. So for the FUTA guys here, you have an alum who is going to be speaking to you. He's a chartered engineer and quality professional. He's a farmer, public speaker, and the founder of Citizens' Rights Awareness. He's a proud Ekiti man and is passionate about charity, leadership, and coaching young Nigerians across lines and spectrum. He's married with 3 children. And there's something I must add about this gentleman that is about to speak to us. He's passionate. So you are going to feel the passion even on Zoom. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you a friend of the Impact Your World team. He's a volunteer with the RYW family, and we're excited to have him today. I introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, Engineer Engr Sola Aina. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Good. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. And I hope we are keeping safe, and I hope everybody is doing excellently well. So thank you very much for that. I saw the video, but one nation is missing, and that is Nigeria. So I heard everybody from all over the world, but Nigeria is missing. So I believe that one of the Impact Your World, we form that, we'll close that gap for us very soon, ASAP. So today, because I have just 1 hour to do justice to this, so I'm going to share my screen quickly. Please, can you grant me access to share my screen? Enable my screen so that we move on. Thank you very much, the great Futeran. Don't worry, we will meet one of these days. I see your comment. So please, can you share? Thank you. All right. So today we are going to talk about developing the leaders within you, the essence of leadership. And I have 33 slides, and I have also within it we have some video just to give us an update, kind of encouraging us that whatever we are discussing today, yes, someone of us have talked about it, and these are just the topic that we are going to talk about. So now, why leader? Why is not a manager? Why are we talking about leader? One thing I want us to know that Nigeria and Africa in general has a lot of managers, but we don't have leaders. We have so many managers. Anywhere you are going, there's somebody that can manage things for you, but nobody can think things through. Nobody can make things happen. And no nation, quote me, no nation prosper without a good leader to establish and to build institution. To establish and build institution. Those are the 2 things that can endure for generations. We ask ourselves, how come that BMW is one of the best cars today, Toyota of this world, Cadillac of this world, but Innocent can't even breathe. We don't even have Innocent. Innocent is having a problem. Why? In those days, growing up in Nigeria, I remember very well that, look, we have all what it takes. We consume, we buy what we produce. which means we consume exactly what we produce. And that was the time when our currency was very high. So what went wrong? And if you look at what we find ourselves today, we are not at war. We destroy every part of the nation because we only have managers. I mean, the roads are bad. The health sector is nothing to write home about. The education, people are struggling. Back then, when I was in university, we don't buy chemicals. We don't. Everything was provided for us. Back then, I was asking my friend those days, I said, is it 200 naira we used to buy or 20 naira? He said it's 20 naira. And things were okay back then. But now, what went wrong? What went wrong? And that is why this leadership is very, very key to every one of us. What really, really went wrong? Because we don't have a good leader to put things in perspective. And like I wrote here, I said, Nigeria has the DNA of greatness. No doubt about that. Don't let anyone deceive you or tell you that Nigeria is not great. Nigeria has the DNA. Back then, we have Peugeot Nigeria, which was Pan in Kaduna. We have Volkswagen in Badagry. We have the Honda in Ota. We have the Granite Pyramid in the north. We have rubber plantation in Sapele in former Bende. We have palm oil in Hoaji. We have Obudu Ranch, Kainji Game Reserve. We have everything, and Namco in Enugu, Innocent in solid. Mention it. Nigeria has the DNA of greatness, but we don't have people who can think things through, put a structure in place, put the right people in place, and make sure that these people run this business. And that is why you are the one that we are putting this into. Because just like what the other guys are saying, the other video that was played earlier on, these are young people that are making impact. I feel bad every time when I go to Port Harcourt and I look at Port Harcourt and I say, where do we miss it? Port Harcourt is supposed to be the oil and gas hub for the entire Africa. Port Harcourt is supposed to be the Houston of Africa, where people all over Africa can come and learn design in oil and gas. But we dropped the ball. We dropped the ball. Why? Because we don't have the leaders. We just have managers who just talk about things, who do things, but cannot articulate. So I want to show us just a new video about us. Just this video, I want all of us to just have a look, just a quick one about this video. Then whatever you learn from it, that would be nice, and then we can talk about it during our question and answer section. Please, can you help me? How can I do this? Okay, let me see. Share. Okay. All right, movie. Let me see. Excuse me. Movie. No, not this one. Please just give me a little while. Should be true. Okay. Okay. So I want to share one video with us. That video is about the perception about Africa that I want all of us to have it at the back of our mind, that when somebody is telling us what is not true, we can tell that person that, look, you know what? We have the DNA of greatness, and you don't tell us what is on. Can we see it? That is Africa for you. When we have the potential, we have everything that we need to become great. So when someone is telling you that, oh man, Africa is not good, Africa is this, Africa is that, I want you to have it at the back of your mind that Africa is the next place once we just get the issue of leadership right. Now, let me now tell you another one again, why we need a leader. In this video that you see, people think that when you display money, ill-gotten wealth, then you are a leader. I will tell you now, guys, you are completely wrong. These guys are so poor that all what they have is that ill-gotten money. If you puncture these people and collect them, they are as useless as nothing. And I don't want any one of us, no leader, get carried away with this kind of attitude. When you give people money and food, they will spend it. You're not building an institution. A leader builds an institution. By this kind of method, you don't build an institution. Stacking people's money in your house does not build an institution. Rather, you are killing the institution. Buying an expensive car in the midst of people that are suffering, who cannot eat daily square meal, is nothing but foolishness and the highest order. Buying a private jet and displaying money that's supposed to be movement for road, good school, good hospital, good railway network, good infrastructure, where people can enjoy for security and all that, for people creating an environment where people can grow and achieve their dream, and you think that you alone knows how to do it and using it to buy things that are mundane, I will tell you clearly that is the most stupid thing anybody can do. A leader don't partake in that. A leader is not the one doing that. But it's a shame that in this part of the world at times, even the educated one tend to be thinking that this is a way to go. But I tell you, as a leader, no. Now, I want to share this story with you. This is just a small cartoon I got about 3 years ago. It's called Buddha. A teacher was asking this boy, Buddha, what will you be? What do you want to be when you grow? He said, I want to become a powerful politician. And he will bribe his way to anywhere to make sure that anybody that wants to oppose him, he will bribe them. He will buy expensive house, a mansion in Paris, in Malaysia, in Dubai, in France. And if his wife asks for anything, he will give her a private jet and $10 million. And the teacher was so irritated and said, well, you shut up. Just look at it, you know something, she was so irritated. And the teacher just called the girl, Chichi. He said, what do you, said, what about you? What do you want to be when you grow up? Chichi just said, I want to marry Buddha. I want to be his wife. Because that is the concept. These are the things that these children are seeing in our society now. You see a counselor who was poor before, but now because he's a counselor, he's building houses, he's buying cars. You see a commissioner doing things, I mean, just because he has a political appointment, he's buying car, doing all sorts of things. And I'm telling you, that is not a leader. Now, I want to quickly give us another video again, so that we can see, these are just for us to see why we must be very careful as a potential leader. Now, I want to show you the perception about being a leader in this part of the world. Let me share one with you quickly on one of the videos that I already highlighted for us. Yeah. So here, I want to share. Is it shared, please? Can somebody confirm if it's shared? The one I just about to play. Is it shared? Okay. Thank you very much. So we are moving on now. So you can see the problem that we are being confronted with and the reason why we are having this class. This is the reason why we are having this class now. Because some people don't know why they lead, because they are not leaders. They don't have a burden. They don't have a clue. They don't know why they lead. They just found themselves there just for the power and for their selfish reason. So now we are going to ask ourselves, what kind of leaders, well, the type of leaders that we have. I will quickly go through this one. Number one, I'm sharing it with you, with every one of us today. Number one is autocratic leadership, which is everything is just about authority and responsibility. In this person, it doesn't carry anybody along. It just take a decision and communicate them to the subordinate and expect implementation without flexibility. This is very common in Africa. We have a strategic leadership style whereby it's not limited to those on top, but it can even be, just like one of the statements of those people that the video was played earlier on. He said, all people are leaders at different levels. I picked that quotation. He said, all people are leaders at different levels. So a strategic leader doesn't have to be on top. It can be on top, but they are the one that they dare to a wider audience at all levels and create high performance life team organization. And when you have a strategic leadership also at a high level, you are talking about somebody that is looking at the world view. How will our country look at the world, or how is the world to us? A typical example of this is Xi Jinping of China. He's a strategic leader. He told himself they are going to look towards Africa. And towards Africa, we will give them money, we build their infrastructure to our advantage. They will provide the technology, they will provide the personnel, they will provide the equipment, and everything will be bought from them, not from you. But they will build it in your country, and they will run it for a particular numbers of years. That is strategy. Because he look at it that, look, their country has been developed this much. So what can we do next? We have made enough billionaires. So we need to go out and make more. And that is a strategic leader. That is what Xi Jinping was able to do for China. Now, what is transformational leadership? As the name implies, it transforms people, it motivates others to do more than they can originally intended to do. And oftentimes, even something that you think that you can't do, a transformational leader will push you to make you to do it. I want to tell you one thing. The first transformational leader that every one of us has is our mother or our father. They will make sure, they will push you, they will do whatever they want to do. They are the first transformational leader that we have. But when you have it on a company level or on a national level, there's no way that particular country will not prosper, because it's about transformation. It transforms the mind, it transforms the way of life, and people are good for it. So now, let's move on to the next one, a team leadership. A team leadership can come at anywhere, but a team leadership involves the creation of vivid picture for its future. Like some of you are leaders in your universities, in your campus. You are a team leadership. You are a team leader, sorry. Because you are giving direction. Maybe there is a manifesto that you have. Maybe there is something that you have in mind to do. And in that place, you gather people together to make sure that that particular thing is done. And you are working with the heart and mind of those that are involved. That's why they say aluta continue. That is at that school level. But when you are talking about a family, when an husband and wife comes together, they are team leader for their children. They are responsible. And a team leadership is required at the local government level. Because at local government level, you need the councillors, you need all the people that are within your area of locality to make sure that that locality is developed. So that you can make sure that the grassroots, they are carried along with the national issue. That is that kind of team at that level, because you are directly working with people. Some of them are not well educated, they are not well versed, they don't have the basic amenities. As a leader at that level, you are a team leader to make sure that things are done correctly. Then when you're talking about somebody that facilitative leadership, you know, they are dependent on, these are the people that it's not a really a skill, but they make things happen. You know, it involves, you know, monitoring a group of people. You monitor their process, you monitor what they are doing, and you are concerned about the outcome. This facilitative leadership comes in a production company, comes in a way whereby it deals with humans for to get a result for over a period of time, because you are mostly concerned about measurement and outcome. This is part of the people, and of course, making sure that people also work in line with whatever you want to do. This is also applicable also in other area of, even in a company, in organization. These guys are very good. They can negotiate. They can talk to make sure that things work well. Now, transactional leadership. This one is just, this is another thing that also happened, whereby the leadership maintain or continue the status quo. They don't want things to move. They just like it the way it is. Just, you don't need to change things. If they want to do anything, you must give them something before they can do something. And these are the kind of things that you expect, maybe some talks, or maybe when you're in a motor park, or as the case may be. They just get reward. They get reward for whatever they are doing. Before they can do anything, they must get reward, because they see it as business. And this is the kind of leaders that we have in Nigeria. This kind of leaders don't allow things to grow, because they don't create a enabling environment for people who doesn't even have money. A traditional leader doesn't have an empathy. He doesn't care about whatever you do. All what he concerns about is that before anything could get done, you need to shake him. You need to have a handshake with him, which is very, very wrong. And this is what we have in this country, because a transactional leadership does not give room for the less privileged. And it may even be those people are the one that's going to save this country. Those people that live in a ghetto, that young boy that is rolling wheel on the street, that boy may be the next president. That boy may be the next inventor. That girl that is just tying wrapper at the village, or that girl that just wear only pants, one total pants at the village, that girl may be the Messiah in his raw form. But if you have a traditional leader, such dream dies, because they don't give them any atmosphere to grow. Now, a visionary leader, this is a form of leadership that lead other, like the leadership who recognize the method, step, processes of leadership are obtained through people. They know, they convert their vision to reality through people. Whatever they have in mind, they just make sure that they do everything possible through people. We have them that are many. I'll mention them as we move along. Then coaching leadership, this is very key. These are people that is not only people that play football, as the case may be. These are people that they are patient, they are calm, they are ready to reproduce themselves in you. They are so patient with you. A coaching leader is highly operational in setting where results and performance require improvement. So in this case, a coaching leadership follows, does the following. It motivates his followers, he inspires them, and encourages them. That is, if you look at a farmer, how he does his own thing, that is what a coaching leadership is all about. And this one can happen at any time. These are the people that they are just there to help you. When you are in problem, they will do everything possible to give you any support you can. In whatever form, in whatever shape, they are just there. They are just there. You'll be wondering, this man like me, or this one. They are just there to just help you, to just make sure that you achieve that your dream. So if you find yourself in this kind of space, you know that you are a leader. You are a coaching leader that want to reproduce yourself. Now, what is the kind of leaders that is on high demand in Africa? We need a leader in Africa. We don't need autocratic, we don't need transactional. We need just 3 leaders, 3 type of leadership style that we need in Africa. 3. One is transformational, strategic leadership, and visionary leadership. These 3 are urgently needed. And that is why Impact Your World is in place. Because we are tired of transactional leaders. We are so tired. It's killing Nigeria. We cannot be doing the same thing since 1960 and accept a different result. It's not going to happen. We are not at war when our dollar, in those days in early 80, $1 is equivalent to 99 kobo. $1 is equal to 99 kobo. Well, in 1984, when Buhari was there, it turned to $1 to $1. And now, all of us now knew, we all know what Naira is talking now. $1 is now 450 Naira. What has happened? Are we at war? Did we fight ourselves? No. What happened? We don't have a transformational leader, a strategic leader, or a visionary leader. We don't have. So now, who are these 3 sets of people? I will take them one after the other quickly. So an effective transformational leader is a person who does the following. 1, you create an inspiring vision of the future. If you look at Dubai today, I cry a lot when I see Dubai. Sheikh Mohammed is both transformational, strategic, and visionary leader. He has these 3 qualities. When I went to Dubai the first time in 2008, Dubai wasn't as, I just look at it, okay, these people that are coming, there are infrastructure, there were layout. When I went in 2010, it has changed a little bit. Beloved, when I went there early this year, I went there last year, I went there early this year, they made an artificial lake, an artificial waterway that heavy-duty ship will come into the desert, collect whatever they want to go and go out, harbor. When they signed that contract into law, that was in 2010, it was $20 billion. They did it, they achieved it. They built the artificial house. Why? Because the man was able to think, what can we do to attract people to this place, to a desert? What can we do? They did safari. They thought of something, and the man brought it into reality. That is a transformational leader. And his people, he made sure that his people, that crime does not find in them. He made sure that in terms of drug, there are so many things that he put in place for the Arab, that the Emirates, sorry, they call them Emirates, that they must not do. It must not be found in them. 5 years ago, they said they are going to launch their first rocket into the space. They did it early this year. Where is Nigeria? Where is Africa? We are still struggling because we don't have this leader. And that is why we are passing this across to you. How many of Nigerians are motivated to create value, to change the narrative of the life of people as we are now? I did a survey sometimes last month. I was asking youth, young people, what do you feel about this country? Everybody say, I'm tired. I don't like it. I don't like the nation. If I have my way, I will go. It hurts me a lot because we don't have a leader who has been able to motivate them, to create value for them, to give them hope and inspire them for that vision. When I was young, I remember in the 80s when they were saying Vision 1990. Vision 1990, they are talking about infrastructure. 1990 passed. Vision 2000, that one passed. Vision 2020, it has passed. We are in Vision 2020. I can't see any house that is free for anybody now. I can't see any good road. I can't see free education. I can't see free health as we speak. That was Vision 2020 that was put together in 2001. You can Google it, Vision 2020. Because we don't have a transformational leader and a strategic leader too, which is the ability of the company or the leader to take a swift and decisive action. Can you imagine what is happening right now to us? Insecurity everywhere. People are finding it difficult to travel now because of kidnapping. People are now turning kidnapping as a way of life. Why? Because we are not strategic. Before anything could happen in a nation, it must have been developed as a result of group of people coming together to cause that particular hardship. And you as a leader, you must have a plan in place to counter it immediately. You don't allow it to grow because it's about your people. The amount of people that die in Benue State is unquantifiable. Why? Because we have not been able to put a superior strategy in place to quash this insecurity. So as all of us are being trained as a leader, you must be able to be strategic in your thinking. You must be able to outperform your competitors. You don't fight a strategy with a placard, with noise, with Yahoo, with Note, with LinkedIn, with WhatsApp. No, you fight a strategy with a superior strategy, and you will inspire others to perform well. You don't fight it. When I see people talking and doing those things, I say, no, you don't fight this kind of a thing with a placard. You have to fight it with a strategy because they are using strategy to attack you. So a strategic leader is someone that, is a deep thinker. We will see more of that. Now, a visionary leadership. A visionary leadership are effective in leading a team towards achieving a common goal. This leader promotes organized leaders, creativities, and development of strong leadership within the team because they have a common goal, which is vision. We want our country to be great. We want our school to be great. We want our community to be great. You need to start thinking, what can I do to make this? And the moment you are sharing your vision with people, you are engaging them. And the moment you are engaging them, they will tell you more about how you can do that thing, even better. Because visionary leader promotes creativity and innovation. And it promotes learning. And that is what it does. When you see a visionary leader, a typical example, I've told myself, I'm not going to start talking about Henry Ford. Africa, Paul Kagame is a visionary leader of Rwanda. As at 25 years ago, these guys were killing themselves. They killed over 1 million people in Rwanda. But today, go to Rwanda. Rwanda, you can never know that Rwanda 25 years ago was at war killing one another. But here we are, the giant of Africa. What are we doing? We destroy all our institutions. And that is why we are saying now that we need to, by deliberate action, put a leader in place. Whatever we are doing in Impact Your World is as a result of a vision. And that is why we are doing everything possible to train and retrain, train and train people so that they can catch that vision of better tomorrow, so that they can think outside the box, so that they can plan and know how to engage people to achieve whatever aim they have in mind. Now, so who is a leader? When we have talked about this, so who is a leader? When you mention a leader, what comes to your mind are three things that come to your mind straight away. Oh, maybe it's politically biased. Maybe we are looking at politics. And when you look at the politics, when you look at the meaning of politics, I don't want to go in depth into it. But a politician is a noble man. If you read the history of politics, but it's not the same way these days, because it's supposed to pursue a passionate and a personal cause for the betterment of the people. That is what the political leader is all about. You look at executive leader, maybe in a company or in an executive position in government establishment, or you look at a religious leader speaking about changes of lifestyle that suit his religious belief. But a leader, every one of you, listen to me. You are all leaders, every one of you. God created every human being to be a leader. Nobody is useless. You have to have it at the back of your mind. Don't allow anyone to talk you down. You are unique in your own way. You are superior in your own way. You are better in your own way. Everything in you is complete. You are a leader in your own way. And that is why a leader is someone who can see things, who can see things, how things can be improved, and who rally people to move towards that better vision. A leader is saddled with that responsibility of making that a vision to come to pass. And people when you are looking at a leader, what comes to their mind is people, because it's not themselves. They are selfless. They are looking at people. What can I do to make the life of my people better? To make the life of everyone better? That is what a leader is all about. The moment you see somebody in a leadership position and quickly he start buying Bentley, he start changing his house, look at, is a thief that you have, not a leader. That person is on that seat, sorry, is not a leader. Let's get that one very clear now. If you have, like I have a friend now in my state that is a local government chairman, I sat him down and I said, look, how many clinics do we have? How many towns do we have under your local government? How many clinics do we have? How many schools do we have? How many roads do we have? He was surprised. I said, no, we need to be taking this project one after the other. And when he told me, I said, no, there must be a way out. You have a caterpillar, you have all this machine. Let us be making sure that you will grade all this road one after the other. If there is no diesel, we can find a diesel. So I was telling him that your thinking must be people's oriented. That is a leader. The moment you are thinking of yourself alone, sorry, you are not a leader. You are not a leader at all. So anytime that thing comes to your mind, me, forget it. You have taken yourself off the zone of a leader to a greed and a selfish person. And the moment greed comes in, the moment self-esteem and all those things comes in, you have left the zone of a leader. You are no more a leader. But because a leader thinks about him, about people every time, every day. So because they have to be empathic, that means you are talking about people and you have to be connected to them. So the question I ask myself, do you have a bad leader? Absolutely, yes. We do have them. Plenty. We have them. So now let's move on again. So what does a good leader do? A leader, what are those things that they do? 5 key things that they do. There are so many that they do, but there are 5 that they do. Good judgment. They are not, if you cry to a leader, he will listen to your cry, all those your shenanigans. But he's looking at the bottom line. Why are you crying? What are those things that make you to cry? Because cry can be deceptive. So he's looking at, okay, what is it? What is it? What is making you to cry? So that thing that is making you to cry is what he or she will be looking out to solve, not your cry. They are not carried away with your emotion. They look at the problem and solve it. So they have a good judgment. They have good communication skill. Most of us can't express ourselves. A leader must be able to express yourself. I keep telling people, don't let your English, your background deter you from expressing yourself. It's not, in those days, that's why if you don't know how to speak English, go and hire somebody that can speak good English. Let him interpret for you. Tell him what is your mind and let him interpret. You must be able to express yourself. If you can't express yourself, who are you going to lead? How are they going to follow you? Then you must be competent and knowledgeable. In this competent and knowledgeable, it means that, look, you must be able to know what you want to solve and how to solve them. If you don't know, if you don't have the details of what you want to solve and how to solve it, you will just be perambulating and you are wasting time and you are wasting your own time. Then your interpersonal skill must be very sound. I have a very good friend who was a former governor of the state. He has a good interpersonal skill, but he's not a good leader. He play with the market women, he eat with them, they will hail him, but he's not a good leader. He doesn't understand that area. But he can blend with the people, but he didn't use that skill very well. He did not use that skill effectively to bring achievement, to bring good tidings to the state. But he was able to, he has that one skill, interpersonal skill, he has that skill, but he used it wrongly. Then you must be confident. Whereas a leader, you must be confident. You can't be a leader and then you want to talk to people you are looking down. What is that? When you're talking to people, you look at their eyes, you look straight into their eyes to see if they are getting what you are saying or not. You must be able to, that confidence must be in you. You can't be saying, okay, you want to convince them and you're looking down. No, your body language speaks volume before you even utter a word. So a good leader, a good leader is somebody with a good knowledge, a good judgment, good communication skill, competent and knowledgeable about solutions and interpersonal skill, and he or she is very, very confident. So I will do a case study quickly, a case study here. In this case study, I will run through it very fast because of my time. Thomas Sankara, how many of us know about, because we are not talking real life. So Thomas Sankara was a very young guy. I will just tell you, very young. He was the president of Upper Volta. He changed it to Burkina Faso, which is a land of upright man. That this is at the age of 33. The guy was on corruption. As at the time he was there, he was doing well. He was bringing Burkina Faso into limelight, getting rid of all the corruption on the land. He himself was using bike to go to office. A president was using bike to go to office. He has integrity, and he is about people. He doesn't have anything concerning himself at all. It's just about his people, how to elevate them, how to bring them out of poverty. It was so sound that he was praised for that in all those initiatives. And he has a domestic policy that focus on making sure that that desert is turned into a green land. But as the disease that is killing Africa today, it was murdered in a coup. Now let's look at the next guy on our list here. The next one is Idi Amin. Most of us must have heard about Idi Amin. Idi Amin was he seized power in a military coup, and he caused so much war, so much trouble in Uganda. He was recruiting people from his own tribe alone. He was oppressing people. He was creating panic. There was so much injustice. There's so much killing of innocent soul. He invited strange people, Congolese, Sudanese, to come and be in part of the military. Nobody does that. If you do that, it weakens the nation's security apparatus. He did all those things. He's of Muslim religion. He was recruiting. He was religious. He was religiously biased. He was doing all sorts of things, which is typical of what we are experiencing today. But what happened? The country went down. So now, what are we going to say? When we compare the two leaders, let's just compare the two leaders now. Thomas Sankara was a disciplined man, and with one wife and 2 children. He had just one wife and 2 children. But Idi Amin, not disciplined, he married so many and multiple divorce and many children. He was focused on masses. He was thinking of people and empowerment of Burkina Faso. And if you look at Idi Amin the other way, is opposite. He was focusing on ego, power. He just wanted power, and he used the power wrongly. Then also, when he's talking about it, he doesn't think of ethnic bias. Thomas Sankara was also a Christian. No, he was a Christian, but he made sure that there is tolerance, religious tolerance within the state, within the country. But this man was not that. He promotes ethnic and religious hatred among people, and he just caused chaos in the entire country. Up till now, the country is still suffering from the effect of this man. In Burkina Faso, he brought sanity, but later on, it was destroyed again because they don't have another visionary leader that should take the country to the limelight. So these are the problems that we are having in Africa. So who is a transformational leader? Now, transformational leaders, according to James McGregory Bonds, define the transformational leaders as a process in which leaders and followers help each other to advance in a higher level of moral and motivation. And according to Bonds, the transformational leadership creates significant change in the life of people, in the life of people, organization, communities, and nation. Look at those forward. Significant changes in the life of people, organizations, communities, and nation as a whole. Now, let's look at those. Transformation leader redesign perceptions and value changes, expectation, aspiration of people. And where are the example? Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore. Singapore was a fishing port before, a fishing port. But look at Singapore today. I was in Singapore in 2015. I cried, not that I was about to cry, but I asked myself, what have we done wrong? Singapore today is one of the richest countries in the whole world. The richest country in the whole world. So we need to tell ourselves, how can we bring Nigeria? How can we bring Nigeria into that limelight? How can we make sure that people come to Nigeria? How can we make sure that as a leader, all hope is not lost? And that is why all of us, we have a role to play. We really have a role to play, all of us. So we need to make sure that we are the transformational agent that this country required. We are the transformational agent that Nigeria as a whole requires. So now we have to go, because if you look at those, we talk about Lee Kuan Yew, we talk about Paul Kagame, we talk about Thomas Sankara and Nelson Mandela. These are the people that are able to reform their country and that has passed through a lot and transformed the nation to be a nation that people can envy. So now let's go again to the next one. So who is, I'm still looking at it, that who is that transformation leader now? I haven't created that vision and all that. So let's all look at those, what are those characteristics of this transformational leader? Is a style of leadership where leader works with subordinates. And please underline that. He works with subordinates to identify needed change, creating a vision to guide the change through inspiration and executing the change in tandem. Look at it, in tandem with committed members of a group. And let's look at their core attributes. Because we need a transformational leader. We need it like no man business in Nigeria. We need it, and that is one of those things that every one of you must act to be. There is an internal motivation and self-management. If you look at one of those things that the people that we watched, that video that was played by Precious, one of those things was talking about passionate, you must be compassionate, and you must have honesty. That is where internal motivation and self-management comes in. You must be able to, what is driving you? What is in you as a human? What is that particular talent that you have that is burning? What is that burden that you have? I see a lot of people, they want a good road. I see a lot of people, they want a good government. I see a lot of people, they want a good school. There's so many body in the heart and mind of Nigerians today, the way you are thinking. But you must be able to have that internal motivation. You must have that body. If you don't have that body, it becomes a problem. There must be a body in you. So now let's look at the second one here. The second one, we are looking at the ability to make difficult decisions. This is this is the most difficult part. When I read the book of Lee Kuan Yew, he said even the wife, which is equivalent to the first lady, equivalent to Aisha Buhari. When the wife need anything from the public, she has to kill his own wife. The wife has to kill just the way every other person will kill. Very tough. And like, for instance, now, look at all the numbers that we are hearing. Today, EFCC, tomorrow, NDDC, tomorrow, Nigerians are tired of billion. My son asked me one day, he said, how many digits do we have in billion? I told him. He said, no, you can be, he said it's million. I said, no, that's billion. He said, and you mean that somebody is stealing 50 billion or 10 billion? 100 and something billion. Just like that, I said just like that. So a tough decision, a transformational leader, get them arrested or you do something for them to eliminate it. You don't at that time, you don't rub their head. You don't say, okay, let's look at what, no. A difficult decision is part of being a leader. And a transformation leader do not back away or put in taking a tough decision. No, because you are looking at one, your vision, your value, your goals and objective. Those things are what you are looking at for. And you will meet them along the way, but you need to get rid of them ASAP. So number 3, you need to check your ego. Because that is very, very key. I always tell people, the moment people are hailing you, Baba, oh, hey, my brother, oh, without you, be careful, chase them out. Chase the praise singer around you immediately because they will destroy you. They are not helping you at all. The moment you see people hailing you, hey, this and this, get them off, even in the office. And if you are a praise singer, stop it because you are a leader, as leader. And if you have a friend who is doing that, tell him or her, why is she doing that? Mind you, there's a difference between respect and hailing. When you respect person, that is normal. It's a natural norm. But when you are now doing something to boost somebody's ego, and the moment you are doing that, pride comes in. And when pride comes in, what comes next? You must be careful. Surround yourself with friends who will tell you the truth. Surround yourself with friends who will talk to you. Surround yourself with friends who will look at your face and tell you, you know what you have done is wrong. And I think you need to apologize. So you have to have that. You need to check your ego. And you must do it. And entertainer, where do you service an idiot? Come on, make I hear something. Now, you sabi, you see himself. Where I come from, say, regular person. Maybe he needs Hello, are we good now? Are we good? Hello? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so let me continue. Okay, so let me continue. Thank you. So you must be able to listen. A transformational leader creates intentional way to listen to people. You must be able to listen to your people. Let them know what you are up to so that they can give you an idea. No man is an island. We need to have that at the back of our mind. Nobody is an island. You must be able to listen. So who is a strategic leader? I want to quickly go through that one so that we can move very fast. And like I mentioned earlier on, A strategic leader is ability to influence others to voluntarily take decisions that enhance the prospect for the organization or country's long-term success. Let's take, for instance, now, how many of us, I'm not saying you should answer me now, but how many of us know Nigeria international policies? We went to Cameroon, we went to Liberia to go and fight for ECOMOG in those days. What is our gain? Nothing. We donated 250 units of cars to Ghana. What is our gain? Nothing. Do we have an articulated international policies? What is our worldview? Can you imagine how many Nigerians are doing well in America? How many Nigerians are doing well in UK, Germany, name it? Not a single thing is coming to Nigeria from those individuals. It will not happen to America. It will not happen to a Chinese. It will not happen to UK. It will not happen to any country that have a strategic leader. You must pay. So far, that CV shows that that particular person had an education in Nigeria before coming to your country. You will have to pay. You can't just take their brain. You cannot take their brain. A strategic leader will think things through. And it's not for now, but for future. And the example is Paul Kagame, like I mentioned earlier on, and Steve Jobs. Look at Steve Jobs when he started the Apple, when he started touchscreen. Look at it today. So you need to ask yourself, what are those things that is a burden to you? You have the power, you have the energy, you have the age is on your side. You have the age, you have everything in you to be great. Everything in you to be great. Don't allow your background to be a showstopper. The only enemy you have, my brothers and my sister, is yourself. You don't know, but this country cannot contain you if you are determined to do things. I'm telling you, me that I'm talking right now, I was in Port Harcourt, I was in a filling station for 3 months. I don't know anybody there. I told myself, I will leave this town with my house and my estate. I made it by the time I'm relocating to Lagos. I don't know anybody. It's the same Nigeria. You may say, hey, that was then, but my brother, it's still happening today. I've seen a boy who came from somewhere in Osogbo to Lagos. The boy with his junior brother, they came. They were staying in uncompleted building. The only education they had is just primary. The junior one, primary 6. The senior one, SS2. They drop out because their father could not afford it. They were staying in uncompleted building. But today, these boys, they are building contractor. They were building houses right now in Lagos. Look at the boy that just got football contract now. He was hawking bread on the street of Lagos. So you don't have an excuse not to think strategically to make a change in your nation. You need to make a change in your nation. And what are those things that you need to do? One, you have to be honest. They are honest to themselves and accountable to the nation and to themselves. They are innovator. They inspire others. They express confidence. They are good communicator and deep thinker, most especially deep thinker. The greatest calamity that has happened to the younger generation these days is the mobile phone. Mobile phone. They will do the WhatsApp, they will do the Instagram, they will do the Twitter, they will do the WhatsApp. And I'm saying, do you know how many hours of your life you are burning? I did a calculation for some boys one day, I know some garden of students. And that was the day they stopped this garden. I said, look at an 100-year-old woman or a man is just 35,600 days. 35,600 days for 100 years old woman or man. They will say, this person don't old though. It's just a few days. I said, divide that into 2. A 50-year-old person is just 14,000, let's say 35, that's 35 divided by 2. That's 17,000 plus days. So it's not even up to 18,000 days on earth. So you don't have the time. So, and I say, okay, now look at it this way. You are chatting for 2 hours in a day out of the hour that you are awake. That 2 hours times 7, that is 14 14 hours times 4, that's 24, times 12, multiply it, now convert it to a day. That will tell you the number of days you just wasted doing nothing. You are not thinking. You are not thinking at all. That time could be used to start thinking of what solution can I solve. Because wealth is about solving a problem over a long time. That is wealth, my brother, my sister. Wealth is not stealing. That's, you heard what Professor PLO said. He said in Africa, the fastest way to make money, ill-gotten money, is joining politics. You will not do that. If you are going into politics, you are going there to change the narrative. If you are going into any sphere of life, you are going there to make a change so that your name will be immortalized, so that people will know that, yes, you have a DNA of impact your world at a time. You are not going into any area of life just because you want to go in there. You are going there to make a change. You are going there, when people see you, they will see the DNA of greatness in you. You will attract people. People will say, yeah, there's something about this girl. There's something about this boy. We have to start thinking deep and think of what we can do. My brother and my sister, Nigeria is what it is today. We are not at war. Then we will not be at war when we will change this country. We will change it. It's a mandate for every one of us. Some of our brothers that are going abroad, they will not tell you. What they have is only good environment. Some of them are suffering. And I'm not saying abroad is not good, but I'm telling you, you need to hear that story. Many marriages has gone bad. Many children has gone wayward. This is a country whereby you can shout on yourself and solve the problem. Over there, they will call phone on you. I'm not discouraging you, but what I'm telling you is that we can solve this problem here. That's about strategic leadership. Now, let's talk about visionary leadership quickly because of our time. Idowu Koyenikan says Idowu Koyenikan is an author in America. He said in his book, show me the hero that the youth of your country look up to, and I will tell you the future of your country. Show me the hero that the youth of your country look up to, and I will tell you the future of your country. When I saw this phrase, I just remember my beautiful country. It's an American citizen now, though it's in Nigeria. How come did we get to the level of Yahoo Plus? How come do we get to that level? A young boy that is still in school is driving C class, and people are hailing him. How did he get the money? Because the hero is the people in the government. The hero are the kind of people that he's looking up to. Because he saw that governor. That governor was just somebody that was trying. Now he's the governor now. He's building houses everywhere. He's having private jets after 4 years. He's going to everywhere. So the youth are now doing something because that's the people that are looking up to. But a visionary leader will not do that. He's an individual who has a clear idea of how the future will look like. You need to take that responsibility. Such an individual is resilient. Nothing push them back. They organize things. They make sure things are done very well. They follow method. Focus and very positive. They are strategic thinkers. Intelligent risk taker. Remember, intelligent risk taker. Don't go and take risks at the wrong place. If you do it, you burn your finger. Intelligent risk taker. And more importantly, selfless in his or her effort. An example is Sheikh Mohammed of Dubai. Sheikh Mohammed of Dubai. That guy got it all. He has a vision, and he was strategic about it, and he transformed his people. Because he was able to communicate. He was able to do what was right. They attract talents to the organization and motivate the team member to do more by taking decision. So that is a strategy, a visionary leader. A visionary leader, we once had a visionary leader in Nigeria, zone by zone. Zone by zone. In the west, it was Awolowo. In the east, it was Nnamdi Azikiwe. In the north, it was Ahmadu Bello. But they are not, the 2 or 3 of them don't have a strategy to come together to develop the nation. Rather, they were running the race differently. All of them were running the race differently. And that is what the fallback of that is what we're seeing today. So what are the 7 traits of a leader? They are very clear. They are very, very clear about the challenges ahead. Don't think that because we are training you to be a leader, you're not going to have challenges. It's a lie. You will surely have. I have my own. If I tell you my own, what I'm trying to do in my state, I have challenges. I do. People don't see what I'm seeing, and because of that, they are fighting me like tooth and nail. Oh, this one just come from Lagos, just want to come and oppress us, this and this. But it is you. You need to stay. You just need to stay focused. Because what I keep telling them is that in the next 5 years, you will know if I'm coming here to oppress you or if I'm coming here to create a change. I'm not going to stay in Lagos and allow my own state to go down. No, we have to do something in my state, and they have to start. So you don't blame is not their rhetoric. No, they don't have time for that. They don't have all those belittling language. No. They don't have that time. They don't discriminate. They don't do things. They don't belittle anybody. They look at what can you bring forward. What can you bring that is okay. Their self-esteem is strong enough to take constructive criticism. So when you criticize them, they take it like that. When you tell them what they are doing is when you call them to a corner and lash them and tell them the truth, they take it in good faith. They don't say, Nami, they talk to like that. What rubbish is that one? No. They take it, they absorb it, and they process it. Their communication style is always positive with what that inspire greatness and growth in everybody. When you meet them, you love them. You will just get attracted to a leader because they can talk. They talk to you. They talk sense to you, and they don't surround themselves only with yes people. That's important. The moment you are surrounding yourself with yes people, my beloved, it's very dangerous. They won't tell you the truth. You are going down. So the success that is longed for is success. The success that they long for is success and opportunity for all. It's not for themselves alone, but for all. And they operate at all times with integrity, truthfulness, and transparency. That means they have character. They don't change. They don't change. They don't talk from the two sides of their mouth, as some politicians will do in Nigeria. They don't talk from what they said is what is their yes is yes, their no is no. And we're in short supply of this kind of people. And that is why Impact Your World is doing everything to talk to good people like you guys, to encourage you people not to give up, to encourage people to be a leader that is in you, is embedded in you. All what we are saying today is to make sure that you don't derail. So let's move on. What does a good leader do? I will quickly share one, then I will run very fast with the rest because of my time. I want to quickly share just another video. What a good leader do, what they do. Listen to this. Hello? So I will try one more time. Then I will. It's not sure. Hello? It's not sure. Okay. So I was made to believe that we didn't see the video. Is it true? If we didn't see it, oh, I can't hear you. Wow. All right. Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. So please, but I'm so sorry for not being able to, for you guys not being able to hear that. I want to ask, is it possible? I will discuss with the facilitator if we can share this with you guys so that you can go through it, and at the end of the day you can do it at your own convenient time. Would that be okay? If you can respond quickly to that, Sheyi, can I share it with them? Just I will need your response quickly on that so that I want to wrap up now. Sheyi? Sheyi? Okay. All right. So let's move on so that I can just wrap up now. So the reason why the great leadership matters is that, one, they help to motivate and grow the employee and nation. That's very important. They move the business and the masses forward. They create a loyal customer and balanced citizen in all nations. And they create passionate brand ambassador. Nigerians, so many Nigerians are outside this country now that are in cell. If you don't know that now, I can tell you. There are so many Nigerians outside this country. There are so many Nigerians that are in cell right now. That's not a good ambassador. And they inspire others to lead and to be great. And finally, they maintain a positive character. So my advice to every one of you today, Nelson Mandela sent a message to us, and he said, the world will not respect Africa until and Nigeria earns that respect. The Black people of the world need Nigeria to be great as a resource of pride and confidence. This man said this to every Nigerian, and he's still telling us today. So that's all what I have for every one of us. I will send the details to you. This is time for question and answer, and I want to thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Sola. Sorry I couldn't respond quickly to your question about if you could share the slides. Was that your question?
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. So we have their email address. So once you forward it to me, they will all get it.
Okay. So
Yes,
this is the time for question, please. I have very limited time.
Yes. Mrs. Oluku would handle that. So go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Sola Aina, for a very wonderful and insightful session. As always, we'll always look forward to your insights on leadership, your great insight on leadership. You know, you've spoken so well. In fact, I took quite a number of punch lines of statements, very punchy statements, you know, that you made, that no nation can prosper without good leadership. And I also liked the way you analyze the different kind of leadership that Nigeria needs at this time. That is, we need visionaries, we need transformational leaders, as well as leaders that are strategic. And the fact that you also spoke about, you know, for those that for strategic leadership, that the people who are the lower ladder haven't been given the opportunity to serve. And so leadership shouldn't really be based on those that are at the top of the ladder, but it should transcend, you know, all races, all tribes, and gender, as it were. Thank you so much for an insightful session. So quickly, we will take questions from our viewers, from our participants. I sent a message earlier that you can ask your questions in the chat room, or you can be unmuted to ask your questions directly. So let's take questions.
So how many questions can you take, Mrs. Oluku? How many questions? Because of time,
I'm going
up
to
to 5
questions quickly.
Okay.
Due to lack of time, I'm sure we can quickly take 3 questions.
Okay, all right, cool. All right.
Okay, there's a question here. Does the use of perfume?
Use of perfume?
Does the use of perfume add to the rate of influence that the leader commands?
No. No. The perfume you are adding doesn't add into it. Perfume is just a basic hygiene. It's add on to hygiene, because if you take your bath very well, and if you put on perfume, that does not. There are so many criminals who put on perfume. It doesn't add anything. But it's just a basic. It's part of your hygiene, so it does not. It does not. But if it is dressing, yes, it can add to your confidence, your confident level, if you dress properly.
Okay, do we have more questions from the house? I have a question, Mr. Sola Aina. Okay, so Nigeria's developmental problem is hinged on bad leadership. Yes. And although you've explained how we can transcend, you know, we can go beyond this, you know, to get to a trajectory of a better economy, of a better nation. But how best can the nation wriggle out of it? You know, probably in 1 or 2 lines. How best can we wriggle out of this bad leadership that we seem to have been entrenched in?
Okay, thank you very much. So what is that? Number 1, it is high time that we join the political space, because life is about vacuum. It's either occupied by a positive or a negative force. So we've allowed the negative force to overtake our political space this long. So it is high time now that we encourage the young ones to go into politics and mentor them accordingly. That's number 1. Number 2, You can transform Nigeria from where you are, from just where you are alone. You can transform them. You don't need to carry anything. You don't need to go, just that little area where you command, that is your area of influence. You can be the change that you want. So those are the two that I want. Join the political force and encourage them and mentor them. Then number two, start with where you are. Start from there. Let people know you for who you are. And when people know you for who you are, over time, when there is decisions to be made, when there is anything to be done, you will be the first person to call. With all humility, with all respect, that is what fetched me what I'm doing right now. Whatever consultancy that I'm doing, that's what fetched me with that. So you can start with where you are or join political party.
Okay, our IT officer, please unmute Nelly. Nelly's hands are up. But before Nelly comes up, while we're still trying to unmute Nelly, I have more questions for our facilitator. There's a question here on if as a leader, you discover you fall into the level of transformational leadership, please, how do you develop yourself to be a strategic leader? So I'm already a transformational leader. How do I develop myself to become a strategic leader?
Good. Very, very important. That's the kind of question that I was expecting from people. When your core area is transformational. And if you look at it, one of those characteristics of a transformational leader is they listen and they accept, other people's opinion. So that is the reason why you need to get people in that space that is strong, that they have that strategic tendency. Put them to be in your team. When they are in your team, it will help all of you to be together. Why am I saying this? When you look at Sheikh Mohammed, his core area is vision. But the strategic area of it, he was able to call some people in the Arab nation, including some people from America and the Singapore and Dutch and people from Holland, to come and help him to strategize that vision that he has, to actualize it. So yes, you are correct. You can't do everything on your own. It will overwhelm you. So once you know that this is my vision, you are a transformational leader that you are thinking about, because transformational leader is about long term. You need people to come together, to come and help you and put those building blocks over time in place. So that even when you are not there, or maybe you are sick or something happens, that your transformation process is still ongoing, with or without you. So that's a very good question.
Okay, Nelly, I guess you've been unmuted. Nelly, please, you can ask your question. Nelly, the president of NDU.
Oh, thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much, sir, for this very enlightening lecture. So my question, considering the fact that talent will always go where it is appreciated, like you mentioned something about Nigerians that are in diaspora that are doing very well in their different fields. How do we then come this issue of the brain drain? As young leaders coming up, how do we motivate people to let them know that, okay, the future will be better for Nigeria? Because that's just my question. How do we motivate people to know that, okay, the human capital resources in the country is going to reduce if we have more people going out there to look for greener pastures? But at the same time, where do we draw the line between allowing people live their dreams and then staying in a country where they can't really find hope?
Thank you very much, Nelly. This is a very, 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 I have to choose my words, and I need to be very careful to answer this, because I've been getting punches on this, because if I respond in a way, you will ask me another one. So let me just tell you what I told set of people that asked me exactly the same question. That look, so what I told them is this. I said, at this level of Nigeria, the way we are right now, we are able to find something to do need to play that role of stopping the brain drain, not the government. I'm choosing my word now. Because if you look at the Nigerian government, I will not lie to you. This is in part of what we don't lie. It does not encourage any Nigerian. It does not encourage any youth. We have lost our best brain in medicine, best brain in engineering, best brain in airspace, best brain everywhere. And they are still living in droves. COVID-19 is the one that held some of them back. People are living. So one of those things that I said is that, look, NGOs, individuals need to come. And let me cite my own private example to you. I was given an opportunity in 2006 to relocate to UK. I turned it down. Another one came in 2011. I turned it down. And my cousin was telling me something must be crazy with you. And I said, no. So it was later on that when I started my farm, and to God be the glory, the farm is now going, I mean, it has expanded. Not to the level I want, but it's going very well. At least a whole village now, we are taking good care of them. And we are now trying as much as possible to engage them. So what am I trying to do? In that area, I'm able to speak my body language was able to speak to the youth that you can be in this particular place and still be successful. You can still be in this particular place, not even in Lagos, but in my remote location in Ekiti, to still become what you need to do. And one of my friends now called me, who is a commissioner. I said, how are you doing this? I said, this is what I'm expecting every one of us to do in the government. Because the example that we have right now is not encouraging to the youth. The media is not encouraging. The environment is not encouraging. But the little that we can do to encourage the few ones, the remnant, the few ones that maybe they don't have the money, maybe they don't have the means that to travel. The only one we can keep them in this country is by showing the example, some of the area. Let me tell you why I'm saying this. Ask yourself, why is Indian, Lebanese, the Afghanistans, the Indians, all those, the white, the UK, the Americans don't want to leave Nigeria? Why are some of them, even despite all these things that all of us are crying that Nigeria is not good, they are coming and they are marrying Nigerians so that they can become a citizen of Nigeria? Why are they doing that? Very simple. Nigeria has turned to a nation whereby whatever whatever your mind see in Nigeria is what Nigeria is to you. I'm just being honest with you. If you see Nigeria as a place that is not good, Nigeria can never be good. If you see Nigeria as a place full of opportunity, you will see the opportunity. If you see Nigeria as a hopeless place, you will see. I'm telling you, I'm sharing my experience, guys. And I just sat down one day. I said, all may go. Why can't I go into farming? The potentials in farming is overwhelming. There is downstream in farming, there is midstream in farming, there is upstream in farming. And it was because I ventured into it and I saw the value chain that is enormous. Even with all the people saying they are going to farm, it can't accommodate them because our population is growing every day. So the only way to answer your question vividly is that the more that's part of the thing we do in my NGO. The more we gather and show some example to some young Nigeria and say, you know what, there is still hope, the better. Because governments are even confused right now. Some governments are trying, but most of them are confused. So that's what I will tell you. It's an open-ended question, to be honest with you, but I need to just be very careful. We need to show example that yes, there is hope in Nigeria, and we need to let you also know that the country have the potential. And it's true. Nigeria has the potential. I'm gonna be honest with you. We have the potential. I just wanted to know that. So I just want to drop that for you. And I hope it answers your question to some extent.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sola Aina, for a mind-blowing and insightful session. I'm afraid that those are all the questions we can accommodate. We still have a lot of questions, but I think some of them have also been answered in the course of Mr. Noy's response to Nelly and the former, the previous questions that he answered. By the way, Lenny is the dynamic leader. She's acting in the capacity of the president of IRC Unical. And she's also a leader who is transformational, and I think she's also strategic in her ways. We have quite a number of them that already have the qualities you have outlined today. So on the, before facilitator leaves, please can someone give a vote of thanks, or can we who can we unmute, or can we just get your responses? I'm sure, Mr. No, you've seen some of their response. A lot of them are saying thank you for the insight.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you. I appreciate every one of you. I would just say, yeah, thank you so much. I've seen it. I'm seeing them. I will send this slide to the facilitator to impart your word. They will send it to you. Thank you so much for all your comments. And I just want to assure every one of you that, look, you are a leader. We are the one to turn this country around. We are the one. That why we are doing all these things is just to make sure that you don't go. Don't leave your Canaan land for Egypt. This is our Canaan land. Let's do whatever we can do, and let's just forge ahead. Nigeria is a blessed nation. Nigeria has the DNA of greatness, and I got no doubt about that. I've traveled the world to know this. So I just want to thank every one of you, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Enough. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. All right.
All right. So I'll take the announcement quickly. So our Zoom, our virtual Zoom seminar, the LTC 2020, continues this Friday. Please take note, it continues this Friday, 7th of August to Sunday, the 9th of August. So we're going to be gathering here again this coming Friday, 7th of August at 4 p.m. for another mind-blowing session. This time around, this coming weekend, we're focusing on understanding the ISC structure, and that is actually very crucial to the essence of this stream of this virtual conference. So we would like you to be here on time on Friday, and on Saturday again on the 8th, there'll be another session at 4 p.m. and on Sunday we'll be rounding up with a stream for this weekend at 3 p.m. Also note that our speaker for the Impact Live show, our Impact Live program, will be joining us at 6 p.m. The Zoom link, I'm sure you all would have received the link to that Zoom session by now. If you haven't, please check with the president of your chapter so that you do not miss out. She's going to be sharing a lot on how you can start a business in a time of crisis in this new normal, and with all that we've gained from the discussions we've had so far, she's going to take it a step further. She's very, very vast in the field of entrepreneurship. She's also a lecturer at the Lagos Business School, and what you're going to be getting is what people actually pay for at the Lagos Business School. So please make sure that you're back at 6 p.m. today to take the class. If there's no other information from our camp commandant, we can quickly take the IYW item. Do we have any other information from our camp commandant? If you have any information, can you come up? Otherwise, Precious, you can give us the closing anthem. Okay, in the absence of any other information, I want to implore you all to have a great evening. And in fact, I know the number of participants. I can see the number of people we follow. So we want to see the equal number. We want to see all of you. We want you all to be present at the session with Dr. Henrietta at 6. So we want the same number of people who participated in this session to be back here at 6 p.m. However, the Zoom link will be made available to you before.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Sheyi. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to add that, please, guys, use your full names on display so that when we check the register, it is the names that your president sent that will be seen on the register. So some of you are using certain abbreviations for your name. Please, let's stop that practice. Use your full names as displayed on the register. You need to call your president to confirm how your names were displayed on the register. Please do that. Also, some of you are still not adding your university. It makes it difficult for your name to be searched out because there are a number of people here. Like I'm seeing at Kinremi, Folua, your school is not there. There are a number of you who didn't include your schools. I was trying to send you a private chat. There are a number of you. So please, for next weekend session, let's note that going forward. And as you have been told, let's join at 6 p.m. the session with Dr. Henrietta. Thank you, Mrs. Ifeoluku.
Okay, you have a great evening and see you at 6.
I am ready. I am someone that will make a change. I'm determined. I'll take a stand against all odds. Would be strong, impacting my world. And I will make this world a better place in the best way that I can. When tomorrow and forever comes, I'll stand strong. I'll stand strong. We are ready. We are people to make a change. We're determined. We'll take a stand against all odds. We will stand strong, impacting our world. And we will make this world a better place in the best way that we can. When tomorrow and forever comes, we'll stand strong. So we stand strong, 'cause we are ready. And we will make this world a better place in the best way that we can. When tomorrow and forever comes, we'll stand strong. And we will make this world a better place in the best way that we can. When tomorrow and forever comes, we'll stand strong. We are ready. We are people to make a change. And we're determined. We'll take a stand against all odds. We will stand strong.